All right, so today we're going to talk really quickly about outlining. I don't know if this is something that many people like to do, but you're going to get to, and I'm sure you're going to be very excited about that for this class. In fact, you will be turning in your working thesis statement and your what we call a macro outline, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. By next Sunday, the 1st of November. So, just something to be thinking about as you are starting to work on your researched argument paper. If you have not already, the assignment sheet is in D2L, so make sure that you are reviewing that and that you are letting me know if you have any questions about it. I've been going over it in class. So just review that because, of course, not everyone is coming to class. So you want to make sure that you are checking that out. And if you've got any questions, just let me know. So there will be a quiz and a discussion this week. Only one video. This video you're watching right now is the only video that we have. So that means that your quiz will just be a few questions about outlining. Probably be like maybe 3 questions. It's not going to be very long. I'm going to grade your literature review essays as soon as I can. I have been lazy this weekend and have not graded them yet, but I will start this week. Also, don't forget your voting extra credit. Again, don't take a picture of your ballot. Take a picture with your sticker or with your envelope. All right, so the purpose of an outline is to create a plan for your paper. It's pretty much just a way to lay out your paper before you get started. Sometimes it can be overwhelming if you just look at a blank screen and think, okay, now I've got to start writing this 7-page paper, which of course your research argument has to be 7 pages. So helps you create a plan for it, helps you organize before you start writing. It's important to not, just jump right in there because sometimes your organization can be completely off and you need to lay out what you're going to say before you really get in there and start filling in the blanks. So allows you to see how your ideas connect with each other, so you can see how the flow is from each of your main topic points that you're going to be using to support your thesis statement. You can see how those connect with each other, and it can show you where you're missing some stuff. So I like this is the flesh out, and then it shows a skeleton, but okay, but very Halloween appropriate. But it can show you where you need to add some more information or possibly do some more research and find out some more evidence, use some support in different places. So, main elements of an outline, you want to have your overall thesis of the paper up at the top, so that should be the first thing listed at the top of your paper, and then you're going to break down all of your main ideas or topics of each body paragraph. Now, that's what you're going to be turning into me. So you go beyond that, and you can put your evidence or support for each one of the main points, each one of your body paragraphs. You can have the list in there like, okay, I'm going to use this quote from this source, or I'm going to use this particular piece of support, that kind of thing. And that's something that's helpful to do. But when you're turning in an outline for me, the macro outline, you really are only going to use those 2 first things. So you're going to have the thesis. I should have your working thesis at the top. And then I need you to show me each main idea or topic of each one of your body paragraphs. So they also talk about in the book the different types of outlines. I don't care how you format it. You can do it whatever works best for you. If you start typing on Word, it starts this alphanumeric where it starts out with Roman numerals, and then it goes to capitalized letters, and then it goes to Arabic numerals, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4. The numerals we are used to seeing, and then lowercase letters, and then beyond that it does its own thing. And if you've ever tried to do an outline in Word, you know that it's probably pretty frustrating every time you move one little thing and then everything moves and the whole thing, like the whole paper shifts, and it's just a giant mess. But the struggle is real, and all of us have had to deal with it. There's also the decimal outline, which is really just using a bunch of numbers. But the examples of them, I try to copy and paste them from the book, but they don't copy and paste into this because it's PowerPoint, and PowerPoint tries to force its own formatting on it instead of using the formatting that's in the book. So I got frustrated with it and didn't do it. So you can just look in the book and see those for yourself. Now, we talked about micro and macro outlines. Any of you that are science people, you know the difference. When you're talking about micro is talking about little bitty, looking at things that are very small, looking at the little elements of things, versus macro is looking at the big picture. So when you're talking about a micro outline, that's where you are getting very specific and you are getting very detailed. This is where you are listing pretty much everything in your paper. So when you do a micro outline, that's where you've got not only your thesis at the top and then your topic sentences, but then you've got all the evidence and support that you're going to use. And so pretty much it's like writing your paper, and then you can look at the micro outline and kind of move it directly over into your paper. This is where you can use quotations. You show which quotations you're going to use and the different analysis of the different quotes and the different support and all that kind of thing. It takes a long time to do it, but like I said, it pretty much makes you go through everything you're going to do for your paper. So even though it takes a long time, it's time that you're using pretty much towards writing your paper. So the macro outline is more of a big picture kind of deal. So that's when we're talking about, you're not going to use necessarily complete sentences, but you're looking at the overall main idea. So you've got your main thesis, and then you've got your main talking points, the main body supporting points. So that is helps you definitely organize better, so you can take those big picture ideas and you can figure out which one's going to be the strongest, which one needs a little bit more support, how you want to order them, that kind of thing. So as you go through, then you can kind of see that a little bit easier when you do those outlines. So the macro outline is what you're going to be turning into me on November the 1st. So when you're creating an outline, you identify your topic, which of course you have done since the beginning of this class. So we all know our topics. Put that in your own words in a single sentence or phrase. So you can put the topic at the top and then put your thesis statement. So give me what your working thesis statement or your working argument for the paper is. You determine your main points. So what are the main points you want to make to convince your audience? What are the main points you're going to use to support your thesis? If you go to the pre-writing brainstorming exercises where we talked about like using the 5 W questions, like the who, what, when, where, why, and how kind of thing, then that can help you. If you think about those type of questions with your topic, why is this important? Who is this affect? Like just different things like that. Those are going to give you some ideas for some subtopics that you can use to create the main ideas that you're going to use to support that argument. Then list your main points or ideas in logical order. You can change those. That's the joy of copy and paste. So you can mix that up as you go along, but listing them out and giving them, putting them down on paper can help you start organizing that. Then you're going to create those subpoints for each one of those major ideas. And this is a ticky thing that one of my bosses used to hate, and it's something that kind of annoys me too, is if you've got a new number or letter, you need to have at least 2 points. So for every main point, every main idea that you're going to use to support your thesis statement, I need you to have at least 2 supporting elements to it. So, if you've got an A, you need a B. If you have a 1, then you need a 2. But one thing that is actually can be pretty useful for you, because if you have this main point that you're planning on securing an entire body paragraph around, and you can only think of one supporting point to support it, then is that really that strong of a main idea to use to support your thesis? So you make it expand it out a little. Maybe you've gotten a little too specific, or you just need to do some more research, something like that. But if you can't come up with 2 pieces, 2 points, 2 ways to support that main idea, then maybe you need to rethink that main idea. So just think about that. You should have at least 2 supporting pieces that go along with each main idea. And then after you've written all this in your outline, you evaluate. So you review that organizational plan. Does it make sense? The order that you've put it in. Is there a controlling idea or topic sentence for each paragraph? Do you have the adequate support that you need? Do you have 2 points for everything, at least 2 points? Does it make logical sense? Like I said, the flow that it goes through. Is everything fleshed out the way it should be? Is there anything that's extra in there that you maybe don't need? You can cross that out. So it helps you go back. Once you've written your outline, you can go back and look at how you've got everything laid out and see how it's going to work out for your paper. All right, so that is outlining. So much fun. So your assignments, remember to review the research argument assignment sheet, and if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you do the weekly quiz and discussion. I love how they just create words here. Don't forget to vote and take a selfie with your sticker or your envelope, not your ballot, for extra credit. So don't forget to do that. All right, and if you have any questions, just let me know.